everyone, and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. I am live with you all again on a Wednesday. So I know that it is a little early for me to be doing a Facebook Live. I'm going to have to actually adjust this. I can see my phone is crooked. I think there we go. Okay, so anyway, but I am live with all of you tonight because tomorrow is going to be my Nutcracker experience with my girls. I'm going to be able to see them perform in the Nutcracker. They have been working very, very hard on this performance. And so they perform Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And yes, I'm going to be that mom and go to all three performances. So anyway, I'm live with you all early this week again because I didn't want to have to skip it. And so hopefully I get a few of you able to watch me on a Wednesday. I promise after this week we are back to our normal Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are new to watching me, I am Kim Vogel, and I'm a demonstrator from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And so please share my video with all of your stamping friends. Let them all know about me and my Facebook Lives. Would love to have people join. So hi to Karen and to Tammy and Janet. I see Serena, Patty. Hi, welcome, ladies. I got to grab a pen real quick. So anyway, tonight's projects are really, really cute. You're going to see an awesome 3D project, a hot chocolate holder, and then I've also designed for all of you some cards using the awesome Be Jolly stamp set. So what you're going to be seeing tonight is very traditional Christmas projects. I've done a lot of non-traditional projects this year using the Whimsical Trees bundle, but tonight you're going to see some very traditional Christmas projects. So most of you are already sharing because you know that's what we do, so I love it. A few other things I have in the way of announcements before we get started, and before I tell you who my sharing winners are from last week. Say hi to a few more of you, to Beth and Shireen and Luann, Nancy, Susie. Welcome. Anyway, so I mentioned my girls had their Nutcracker performance. So if you're local to Mount Pleasant, you want a good something fun, entertaining to do. Performances are Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Mount Pleasant High School, and they're about a 2-hour performance. Tickets range in price from $10 to $15, depending on where you want a seat. So if you need something fun to do, please come on out. It's going to be a fun night. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know that I did. So we ended up just doing Thanksgiving just with us. And then we had my immediate family, so the girls and Matt and I. And then Matt and Nicole came down later that afternoon and had leftovers with us. And so that was fun. And then we did Thanksgiving with my mom this past weekend. So I got to have Thanksgiving twice. So it was yummy both times too. And then I just wanted to let most of you know that my sister had some surgery yesterday. She had to have a bone graft and a fusion done to her foot. So she is on a no weight bearing restriction for up to a good 6 weeks. And so those of you that know her, reach out to her because I think she's going to be going crazy and bored in no time. I'm surprised she's not actually watching me because she just got home today. So she might pop in, but I just wanted to let those of you know that watch her regularly. They kept her overnight. She did come home today, and she's going to hopefully do well as she adjusts to not doing much. So anyway, that's what I have in the way of announcements. Oh, if you're doing my online bingo, your kit will be shipping out tomorrow. We are prepping them right after my Facebook Live tonight. So those will be going out. If you're interested in still doing online bingo, let me know. And we can get you a kit sent out. And let's see. Oh, and those of you that are also local to Mount Pleasant, I have a craft show that I am doing this coming weekend at the Renaissance School here in Mount Pleasant. It's the only craft show that I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be selling lots of little 3D projects and things. And then what I'll be doing is, it's what I did last year. I posted all of my little homemade gifts in my Facebook group. And so if anyone's interested in purchasing any of them, they do ship, but of course you'll have to pay for the shipping. But they do ship all over the place. So if you're interested in anything, you can just let me know. And if you're local, we can arrange for local pickup. So anyway, so that is what I all have going on this weekend. So it's going to be crazy, crazy busy, but I like busy. So, all right. So we have, thank you guys for your thoughts and prayers for my sister. I'll make sure and pass them along to her. I talked to her today and she was in pretty good spirits. So hopefully it stays that way. So anyway, last week, my 2 prizes were the Pool Party striped ribbon, and then I had this Pale Papaya ribbon. This ribbon actually pairs really nice with the peach bundle from the main catalog, or the annual catalog. And so our winners are, drum roll, I'm just joking, but the winner of the Pool Party striped ribbon is Philomena Soso. So congratulations to Philomena. And I love it because when Philomena is watching, I'm not sure if she's joined me live tonight. She may have to watch on replay, but she's always congratulating everybody else when they win. So let's all congratulate her. She's the winner of the first bolt of ribbon. And then the winner of the second bolt of ribbon is Carol Grove. So congratulations to Carol and to Philomena. Those will go out tomorrow as well for both of you. So be looking for those to come with your little Happy Mail sticker on it. So when I say that, I hope some of you know what I'm talking about. But when I send out my prizes, I have little stickers on that go on my package that says Happy Mail. So anyway, I hope you guys think that's kind of cute. I did. When I found them, I had to get them. And then my 2 prizes for this week are the Wonderful Gems. So the Wonderful Gems. And then I have the Diamond Weave ribbon. Okay, so those are my 2 prizes that are going to be up for grabs next week. Okay. A few classes or a few things that I have open yet. So if you did not take advantage yet of my cabin card class, this class is going out tonight to tomorrow, being packaged tonight. So yeah, I'm going to be a busy beaver after our Facebook Live. But I still have, so we goofed up on the count for this class, and I've got a good handful of extra kits. So if anybody missed out on these awesome cards, and you're still interested in a kit with these cards, please comment, let me know. Or if you want a second one, if you purchased one and you want a second one, let me know. We can hook you up with that card kit, okay? But if you purchase this, be on the lookout because they will be coming to you soon. And then I just recently opened up, oh yay, Tammy King is interested. So I'm saying that because Jen is here in the background and she's writing that down right now, Tammy. So anyway, I don't think you did, Tammy. I don't think you got the cards. You got the framed art, but not the cards. So we will hook you up with that. And then I also just recently opened up my Feels Like Home class, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that class. So, oh, we got Susie Miller that wants a kit as well. You guys rock, man. Thank you. Yay. But anyway, so my Feels Like Home class is actually a stamp set that was available during Celebration. And I got a few extra handful of them because I get different things during Celebration as well. And so what I did is I created a class around it where I'm giving the stamp set for free. You're getting a bolt of ribbon, dimensionals, all the supplies to make 8 cards. And they look like this right here. So they're very pretty. Now I did not color them. You can see the stamped image there. That's all part of that Feels Like Home class or stamp set. But this just opened up. So you may have gotten an email just on Tuesday about that. So yes, Susie, I'll bring yours to our party next week. Absolutely. Tammy, I'll bring yours there too. So, but anyway, if you're interested in that or want more information, the email went out. I'll be posting it in my Facebook group and on my Facebook page in the next couple days as well. Just been a little backlogged with helping my sister get everything ready. And then my mom had a procedure that I had to go to with her. So we've been crazy busy the last couple days. So, and then we have Nutcracker and whew, anyway, it's all good though. That's what I keep telling myself. It is all good. All right, so with that, I'm going to actually transition my camera down to our stamp area, and I am going to share with you some projects, like I mentioned, from the Be Jolly stamp set. I love this stamp set. I've made a really cute little 3D hot chocolate packet that you're going to see, and is actually going to be an item that's available for sale at my craft show. And then I'm going to also show you, I need all that. I'm going to also show you some of the Designer Series paper that I use. Now this paper is a, oh, we got Donna Davis that will take a kit. You guys rock it. All right. Oh, Donna wants the home kit. The home kit. All right, so anyway, this right here is all of the paper that was paper carried over from last year. This is the Healing Hugs Designer Series paper, or Heartwarming Hugs, sorry, Heartwarming Hugs. And Anyway, I am going to be showing you guys, like I said, that's going to be very traditional projects tonight using our red and green and Santa. You can't go wrong with Santa, right? And then Tammy also does, yeah, well, I'll look at the comments later and make sure I get everybody. So anyway, okay, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area and show you guys the paper up close and personal and show you guys my projects. Okay. So these are our adorable projects for tonight. So there's your little sneak peek. What do you guys think? Love it. Okay, make sure I get this nice and straight so you guys can see everything, right? So there's your little sneak peek of all of the awesome things we're going to be making tonight. And now I'm going to move them out of the way. I know I'm going to be doing a 3D project. What do you guys think of that? Okay, I'm going to move them out of the way, and I'm going to show you guys, first of all, the designer series paper. So as I mentioned, let me get my supplies out of the way because I don't like all of that in my view when I'm showing you guys stuff. All right, so this is the Heartwarming Hogs designer series paper. Now this paper was carried over from last year's Christmas, and I'm kind of glad because I really like, sometimes we just want traditional Christmas, right? And that's what you have here. I have some littler pieces. Oh, here they are, because I don't have full sheets left of all of them. But this is what they look like on this side. Okay, so you got some different designs here. And then on the opposite side, you have more of your patterned papers. But again, very much so traditional Christmas, right? Which is what I really love about this paper. So I did pair it together with the Be Jolly for some awesome, awesome projects. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our wonderful 3D project. Oh, I should also tell you that Be Jolly stamp set, I had the pages marked. So the designer series paper is $11.50 for 12 sheets. And then the Be Jolly stamp set is also, these are in our holiday catalog. The Be Jolly stamp set is $21. Okay, so those are the two featured products that I'll be doing tonight. So my first project that I'm going to share with you is this fun little hot chocolate holder. Is this not cute? So yeah, Ghirardelli hot chocolate. You can't go wrong with that, right? It's got a little accordion fold. It's going to sit up like upright so that everybody can kind of see it and look at it and go, oh my gosh, I want that. The only thing I would do differently is I would put a little glue dot on there to hold the little candy stick. But I like the candy sticks a little bit better than candy canes because it just fit in there perfect. And then this hot chocolate I got on, of course, you guys know where, Amazon, but it fits in this little holder perfectly. Now I will be posting the dimensions of this little project as well, but you're also welcome to feel free to write them down as we go along if you would like to, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to be making the project using regular Stampin' Seal. When you make this project, you're probably going to want to use some tear and tape. I've decided to just keep it simple and use the seal because it's going to be a little bit faster tonight to be able to get this done and move on to some of the other projects that I have for you. Again, you're going to want to use the tear and tape when you do your project, okay? All right, so I'm just going to set this here. So you are going to need, you can get one of these amazing hot chocolate packets out of one piece of cardstock, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to envision that this is your piece of cardstock, all right? You are going to cut your piece of cardstock on the short side, so up at the top on the short side, you are going to cut it down at the 1/2 inch, so 4 1/4, okay? You're going to cut it down. And then your one side, you're going to score in half. And then you're just going to fold it, okay? So this becomes the back part of our card, okay? So that becomes the back part. That is quick and simple and easy, right? Just as simple like you would do a card, a standard card base, and then you're just gonna score it, fold it in half, okay? Then, now I've already got these things scored, so I'm going to just tell you what the measurements are on this one. This little piece right here is going to make the accordion fold that you see here in the middle, okay? And this little piece right here, make sure I find my measurements, is, let me see here. I gotta make sure I have the right measurements. Bear with me here. I'm looking at the notes that I have, and I'm struggling. So I'll give you the measurements here in just a little bit. But basically, you just score it, make it accordion like this, add adhesive to the two sides. So I will find it though, because like I said, I'm trying to read while I'm trying to talk, and it doesn't go the greatest. So these will all be in the description of the video at the end if I don't figure it out for you guys before then, okay? But this is just scored to make an accordion, and I'm just going to add adhesive to both sides of this, okay? And then all you're going to do is in the middle of this right here. So again, you'd want to use your tear and tape. You're just going to stick this down. I stick it down to the bottom down here. And then you're just going to fold this over, and it's going to adhere it there. And there you have your little accordion fold in there. Isn't that cool? I like that. Okay, so like I said, I'll make sure you guys have these measurements and all of the different score marks so you can duplicate this. Then you're going to have another little piece of this. It's going to make your little box. So this is going to make this part right here on your hot chocolate holder. The box is cut yeah, I have these measurements backwards. So I'll give you guys all the scoring stuff later, okay? So, but there's some scoring that you have to do. On this one, you score on the long side at 1/2 of an inch and a 1 inch, 1/2 of an inch and a 1 inch. And then on this side, you score at 1 1/4 and then 3/4. So you got some different scoring that you have to do here. And then we're going to do some folding on this. And we need to cut off some little tabs. So again, like I said, this is going to make our box, but I like to score on all of the different fold lines first. So this is what happens when I make this either last minute or like too far in advance, and then I forget things. Okay, so these two little things here are going to get cut off on this one, okay? And then we're going to cut off this one right here as well. So you kind of have your little stair step going on. And then these two get cut off on this side. And this one here gets cut off on this side. All right, so we have our little like stair step going on here. All right, and then this is just going to so we're going to cut up on this little tab. These are your little tabs to be able to make your little box. And then this is just going to all fold up and fold in to make your cute little box, okay? So I promise you guys, you will all get your measurements posted right here in the description of the video right after I am done, okay? Now I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the ends right here to be able to fold this up. Now if, again, you were using, doing this, you'd want to either use Stampin' Seal or your tear and tape so that way you have a really good seal to that, okay? So I'm just going to fold this up. Hi to Peggy and to Chris. Welcome, ladies. And I see we got Shireen watching as well. So I'm just going to fold this up and in. And then that creates my little pocket for my hot chocolate, okay? And then this is going to get adhered down to the front of my little holder. Okay, so here's where you're going to want to use tear and tape again, but because I'm just trying to do it and save time, I'm just going to use our seal. Okay, but you would put tear and tape along this edge. You would put tear and tape along this edge. Well, maybe I will just use some tear and tape. It might actually hold a little bit better. So you're just going to put some tear and tape along this edge down here. And then you're going to put some tear and tape along those two. But how cute would these be to give to like coworkers or, you know, your kids' friends? Like I said, they're going to be one of the items that I'm going to be selling at my craft show this weekend. And if I have any left, and if I don't have any left, I'll be making some more. My girls want to give these out to some of their dance friends as a cute little gift as well. So next week they have some makeup classes. They actually have a break from dance for a while, but they have a couple of makeup classes with some of their close friends. So they want to be able to hand these out to their friends there. So I'm like, okay, I'm not giving anything up until after my craft show. So anyway, but like I said, these are so, so cute and simple to make. Again, just peeling off this tear and tape. You can tell I'm not the fastest with tear and tape. There we go. Okay. And then to be able to put this down, I like to just lay this flat. Now, you can also, I know that you can also set it up and put it on there, but I like to just lay it flat, fold it flat so that it's laying nice and flat. And then I'm just going to adhere this down to the bottom of my little card here, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to use a bone folder to be able to get in here and really glue those sides down and in there. Okay, I'm just kind of pushing them in there. And there you have the cute little pouch and the little holder to hold everything together. From there, we're just going to do some decorating, okay? So I have some different designer series paper already cut. Now this paper is actually from the Tides and Trimming, I think it's called, designer series paper. So it's a little bit different paper, not from the same pack that I showed you earlier. But we're going to decorate both the front of this and then the back of this as well. So for the front, my designer series paper is cut 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And then this card piece is a 1/4 of an inch bigger, so it's 4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to adhere those two together. So I'm just going to adhere these in. And hi to Noreen. Welcome to my Facebook Live. So normally I do my Facebook Lives on Thursday nights, but because my girls are both performing in the Nutcracker, which is going on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And like I had mentioned earlier, I gotta put ribbon on this. I am that mom who wants to go to every single performance. So I decided to reschedule my Facebook Live this week to Wednesday. And so I'm glad that so many of you are able to join me. So I'm gonna add some ribbon to this before I adhere it down. Let me bring in my sample again so you guys can see it, because I know that some of you are probably thinking, what in the world is she making? I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this down to the front. And I'm gonna add my little bow here in just a bit. Okay, and then I also added some designer series paper to the back here. And that designer series paper, the DSP is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the cardstock is 4 by 4. So for that, we're just going to adhere these two together. And then I'm going to adhere that down to the back of my card. And I wanted to adhere this after I had the little box, so it kind of covers up those seams, because this is going to go down right inside of there, cover up those seams where the box was made, which is very clever, right? So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to this in the 4 corners in the center. And then I'm just going to very carefully place this in the inside and line it up perfectly. And then again, take my bone folder and make sure that that gets glued in there nice and good and secured. How cute is that? I love it. And then we're going to make a little bow with the ribbon and adhere that down with a couple of glue dots. So I'm just going to whip together a little bow here and going to cut the ends of it off, making it kind of small, but yet nice and tight. I don't want it to be too loose of a bow. Whoops. Cut those off. And then we're going to use my glue dots. So I am sorry if all of a sudden I froze on all of you for a quick minute. I had an incoming call, and that's what happens sometimes. So I had to quickly decline the call. All right, so we're going to adhere the bow on this side of the little holder. And then this is where the Be Jolly stamp set comes in. So in advance, I've stamped this cute little Be Jolly stamp set, colored him with some blends, added some Wink of Stella to the little part on his hat and on his belt. And we are just going to adhere him on here with a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. How cute is this? Isn't it just adorable? I love this one. So pretty. So I usually always do some kind of a hot chocolate packet for my events. and I was looking for something a little different this year, and I love it. I love how this one turned out. Now, I will tell you that when I bought two different kinds of hot chocolate, and the first kind that I bought was a little bit of a bigger packet of the Ghirardelli chocolate, and it was really heavy, and it made this actually topple over. But if you have that problem, you just kind of loosen in the middle a little bit and make it a little bit more flat, and it will stand up just fine. So you just got to kind of play with it a little bit. Okay. And I am going to add a couple of dimensionals to the Be Jolly as well. And then that is going to get added down here under my bow. Oh, I'll put it on like that. And like I said, so there's mine that I just made. Here's my sample. And then from there, I just bought some peppermint candy sticks because I kind of liked them not being a big candy cane to stick out and over. And so to be able to get this to actually stay in the place, let me get a glue dot here. Just gonna put a glue dot, I'm gonna take that out, on the little piece here. And we're just gonna stick this in here and adhere it down with a glue dot. And that will hold that in place. Do you see that? These glue dots are an amazing adhesive. I love it. And then my little Ghirardelli hot chocolate packet, even double chocolate, fits in there, oh so sweet. And there you have a cute little project. Isn't it awesome that you can make to give to different people? Now you could create this with any of our papers or any of our, but I liked the whole traditional Christmas theme with this, and I thought it looked really, really cute. So again, all these measurements I will post in the description of the video right after I'm done tonight, so that you'll be able to make these. And if you make them, please share them on my page. Let me see what your version looks like, because we all learn from each other, and I love sharing. So yeah, isn't that awesome? Okay, so that is my first little project for you. So let's see which card I have first. All right, my next project, and thank you all, thank you. My next project is this awesome little card, and again, following the same traditional colors. The rest of my projects do use the Heartwarming Hogs Designer Series paper. And so for this one, we are gonna start with the Mossy Meadow for the card base. And if you have not seen yet, or if you have not used yet, they're called Wonderful Snowflakes. They're in our Christmas catalog, and they come already punched out, or already die cut like this, laser cut, and all you have to do is punch them out. They are phenomenal. They have a little bit of an iridescent look to them. And I think the catalog doesn't do them justice, because once you see these, you're going to want them. You really are. Oh, and Misty, I am so glad that your girls got to do that trip, their New York trip. Yay! Okay, so I have my Mossy Meadow card base, and then I have my basic white layer that is 5 1/4 by 4, followed by my 5 by 3 3/4 real red. Again, a lot of these are all just regular standard Christmas colors. So you're going to see a lot of Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, Real Red, just because that is kind of what I was looking for with this card, with this class when I designed it. And my little 3D project. I'm glad you like that, Susie. Yeah, please do copy it, because that is exactly why I do those, for you guys to be able to copy it, encase it, and have fun with it. My adhesive is giving me lots of grief here. Okay. So I'm just going to adhere this green piece. This is cut 3 1/2 by 2 1/2, and that goes on the bottom. And then I have my this top part, which is my Real Red paper. Again, the paper is pretty amazing. You can use either side. You don't have to use the sides that I personally used. You can always mix that up. And then right down the middle is going to go my ribbon. So the ribbon that I'm using is actually I have a piece right here, and I'm not sure why. This is the Real Red sheer ribbon, and love this ribbon. This ribbon was out last year, and it carried over as well, but I love it. And so for this, I'm going to add the ribbon onto the middle here, right across there like that. And these cards were so fun to create. When I was making my projects for this, I really wanted, like I said, with Santa, to me, Santa's a very traditional, you know, he's in a red suit, right? So I had to use traditional colors, and this paper, I think, pairs together so nicely with this. I just loved it. Okay, now I actually, because I have tons of these snowflakes, used 2 snowflakes and put one each here on the top and the bottom. But you could actually cut a snowflake in half if you really wanted to. I'm just not going to, because I've got tons of these snowflakes and they need to be used up. So I'm just going to add one little snowflake up here at the top and add one little snowflake down here at the bottom. I know, isn't he cute? He's so cute. All right. Now, what I used for my die shapes, I used the, most of the dies from this is from the Hippo and Friends dies. They're in the annual catalog. I did go ahead and stamp my cute little adorable Santa on here already, but you can see what the coloring does to him. So I'm going to at least show you how I colored one of them so that you can easily duplicate that if you want to for any of the cards and things that you might want to make with this stamp set later. So I'm just going to take off my little backings here because, you know, they make a mess everywhere. And I'm going to put him on here in the middle. So it's going to cover up my 2 little snowflakes a little bit. And then I have a Be Jolly just on a little white scrap. This is just a 1/2 inch scrap. And the Be Jolly is also from the same stamp set. The other thing that one thing that I wanted to make for tonight, and I just didn't have the time, was some Christmas tags. Because you have a to and from in here that you could easily make some Christmas tags, the 2-inch strips, using one of our tag topper punches, stamp the Santa on it, add a little strip of paper, to and from, and you could make some really quick and easy and fast Christmas tags. But I just didn't have the time because, like I mentioned, I was over in the Thumb with my mom, the Thumb of Michigan, so it's 2.5 hours away. And I came home from being with her on Tuesday and then went back to work today because I was off Monday and Tuesday. And then my sister had her surgery yesterday, so my mom is helping her over at her house for a little while. So we've just been kind of crazy with getting everything done. But you know what? You do what you got to do, right? Now, all of my cards used the Real Red blends, both light and dark. So I'm going to start with the light, and I'm going to color the Santa's hat. And then I'm going to go back in with some of the dark and do a little bit of blending with this. Just because I wanted to have his suit have a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Texture to it, and not just be all solid. So I'm going to color in his little suit right here. So cute. And then I used basic black blends for, oops, I'm doing his boot. I didn't mean to do his boot. I'm looking at the thing talking about basic black, and then I end up coloring his boot red. But you know what? The basic black's going to cover it. So I'm going to color in the boot with my black blend. Ta-da! You can't even tell I screwed that up, can you? And I'm going to color in this one. And then his gloves are going to also be colored in black. So fun. I should probably be using the littler side, but, you know, I don't want to. Oh, and his belt. So, yep, his belt here. And that's the neat thing. If you screw up and the red goes over, it covers it up nicely. And then I did the buckle in yellow. So I have a dark Daffodil Delight here. And all of my Santas that I colored for my projects tonight, pretty much colored them all the same colors. So I'm just going to color his buckle like that. His face I colored with the Ivory blend. So I'm going to bring that in here and just color his face with the Ivory blend. And now I'm going to go back over top of a little bit of the suit with my dark. Let me make sure I have the dark one. Yep, dark Real Red. So I'm just going to kind of highlight a little bit of these areas here. And if I had a color lifter here, I would probably blend this in even a little bit more, but I didn't grab one. But you'll kind of get the gist of it here. And if you don't like the colors and how it looks, you can always go back over top of it with the light one again. And can just blend it in a little bit more if it looks too dark for you that way. But just gives it a little bit of texture. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add some Wink of Stella. So if you do not have the Wink of Stella, you need to have the Wink of Stella. So no, Courtney, I actually use the Memento Black. So when you are stamping or coloring with our blends, you want to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. If you are going to be coloring with our regular markers, that is when you want to use your StazOn Black. It's all based on alcohol and water. So because our markers, our blends are alcohol based, you have to use a water based ink, which is what our Tuxedo Black is. And our regular markers are water based, so you need to use an alcohol based ink, which is what our StazOn is. So if you had both alcohol or both water, they would bleed together and you'd have kind of a mess. So that's kind of the rule of thumb when you are stamping and coloring. And I'm just going to color in his little part of his suit here and this. If you really wanted to, you could even add a little bit of Wink of Stella to his beard, you know, make him kind of really sparkly. But, oh, and his hat here. Forgot his hat. You got to add a little bit of Wink of Stella there. But there you have my cute little Santa card. Isn't that adorable? And so quick and simple and easy. So if you still have Christmas cards that you need to make, I really strongly encourage you to consider getting the Be Jolly stamp set, because you can whip some of these out together really, really fast. Okay, so that is my first card for the night. The second one is going to be this one with the Santa sleigh. So again, when I do my Facebook Lives with all of you, I really try to incorporate images using all of the, or cards and projects using all of the different images to kind of give you an idea of how you can use them. So for this one, again, I used one of the dies from the Hippo and Friends, and then I paired it with one of the circle dies. And again, using some of the same colors of blends, we're going to do some quick little coloring on that. So for this one, I used my Real Red. So this is my Real Red card base. And then I used Pear Pizzazz for my 5 1/4 by 4 layer. And then I used my Basic White for my 5 by 3 3/4. And then my two pieces here, my Designer Series paper is cut 3 by 3, and this one is cut 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's just going to get glued down up here. And then we're going to add some more layers to that and some ribbon. So let's add. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. And welcome. If you're just now joining me, I am featuring tonight the Be Jolly stamp set in our holiday catalog with some traditional red and green Designer Series paper. Again, it is, for me, Santa is all about traditional, so I went with traditional look. And I love this paper for that because it is a really nice paper for the traditional colors for Christmas. All right, so I'm going to move my card base out of the way because it's so much easier for me to incorporate and use ribbon when I don't have that there. So again, we're going to add our ribbon down here to the bottom using the sheer ribbon tonight. Love this ribbon. It's a really good traditional Christmas ribbon. Oh, it would be, Shireen, to use the sled would be cute with dogs or cats on it. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Great suggestion. I love that. All right, and now since I got a little bit of adhesive on that, we are going to add this down to my card base like this. And I did tie a little bit of ribbon on there. So I'm just going to go underneath here and tie this ribbon on. I have to tell you guys though, when I started doing, like last week, doing my Facebook Live on a Wednesday, it totally threw me off. Like I thought the next day at work all day was, even Thanksgiving, I mean, I thought the next day was Friday because I'm so used to being live with you guys on a Thursday. So I know this week is going to do the same thing to me. I'm going to go to work tomorrow and think it's my Friday and it's only going to be my Thursday. And I will make sure and post pictures for all of you to see from the Nutcracker as well, so that you guys can see the awesome performance and stuff like that. Now for this one, again, I use those snowflakes. You can kind of see my theme, that I like to use the same embellishments and things on all of my cards. So this one I am going to actually just kind of cut in half and just put half of it up at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the top and a little bit of adhesive down there. And I'm just going to adhere these to the top and the bottom. Again, no one's going to see the rest of it because our little sled is going to be going right here in the middle. Ta-da! Can you see how they're an awesome embellishment to use? So I'm going to adhere this down with some dimensionals. Again, these dies are part of the Hippo and Friends. They can be found in our annual catalog. And there's lots of different shapes that you can use. And what I like about them is because we don't have any oval dies that are current right now, and I really miss the oval dies. I really like the card that I did earlier, this right here, because it kind of replaces the ovals for me. It still gives me the oblong shape that I need to be able to do and get to the look that I kind of want. Then I stamped the cute little sleigh with the presents using, again, I used the Memento black ink, and I'm just going to adhere this down to the center. So this right here is a good layering focal point if you have those dies with the circles. So from here, I colored the sled. I used my Mossy Meadow to color the sled itself. So I'm just going to quickly color this in. And you can use any different colors of blends or markers or watercolor pencils that you might want to use. You don't have to always follow my pattern. And then I'm going to color the present. So I colored this one right here, this part, the green. And I colored this part, the green. And then, I'd actually maybe be coloring this one darker. I may have used Old Olive on there. But, you know, again, you can change it up any way you want to because it's your card. And then I'm going to color my bow in red. And I'm not going to actually spend the time coloring the rest because you guys all know how to color. But I did use, I did one of the gifts, the different two-tone of the, and it is Old Olive that I used. No, I probably used the light Mossy Meadow blend. And then I used the yellow. So I just kind of stuck with some of the same colors that I've used in all of the other projects. So, well then Courtney, it worked out great for both of us tonight. That's awesome. All right. Oh, and then my sentiment. So my sentiment on the bottom, I added a little, so my ribbon may be down a little too far, but that's okay. So I'm going to add a little strip of my pear. Actually, I'm going to actually put this one, maybe I'll put this one right on the ribbon. That's the joy of being able to change things up. Look at that. Put that on the ribbon. I may have to glue that down with some liquid glue, which I'm going to. The joys of changing your card up, right? So when things don't stick, you always go to your liquid glue because that will make it stick. Love that. All right, and then I have my little Merry Hello stamp, again, imaged from the Be Jolly stamp set. And we're just going to use some adhesive and adhere that down to this part of my card. Ta-da! There you have, second little card. Again, that's kind of a sloppy version because I was in a hurry. But isn't that adorable? Thank you, Joanne. I'm glad you like that card. I know, I like that one too. Again, it's something different than always just having the Santas. So it gives you a kind of an idea of how you can use this image from the stamp set. Okay, my next card. Oh, now we're going to be going to the little tree. Okay, so we're going to use the tree. And I created this fun card. Again, look at that pretty designer series paper. Don't those two patterns just look awesome together? So let me find that here. So we are going to use Real Red for the card base. Now I will also be posting pictures of all of these cards on my my Facebook page as well. So you'll be able to copy them and have fun making them. For this one, I just used a piece of designer series paper. This is cut 2 by 4. And I just put that right down in the middle of my card piece here. You can see that this is the back side of what I'm using here. So I used the same piece of designer series paper. I just incorporated it in twice, you know, once this way and once I did it the other way. And then we're going to have a 4 by 3 piece of designer series paper and a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So 4 by 3, 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, half of an inch bigger. I know, doesn't that look nice and festive with the colors and I know, I just love it. Like I said, I really loved all of these cards. As I was designing these, I had a really hard time picking just a favorite because these are just so traditional Christmas cards, and I just loved them. I added my little ribbon strip down here on the bottom. So I'm going to add that right now. Again, it's the sheer ribbon that is in, I think this might be in our annual catalog. I think it carried over, but I love the sheer ribbon. It's a really good, pretty, festive Christmas ribbon. And so I'm just going to adhere that around like that. And then I'm going to adhere this down to my card. And this is just going to go right in the middle. So all you're going to see on the two sides is just a little bit of that designer series paper, but that's okay. All right, now there are no dies for this stamp set. So I did have to fussy cut this. So any of you that are fussy cutters, you can moan and give me the thumbs down now. It's okay, I can take it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and color the tree. I don't really mind fussy cutting because for me it just goes really easy. Let me use my blend. This one needs to be replaced. I'm slowly replacing some of my blends because the tips on the fat tips have been well used by my class attendees and me creating. So I'm just going to use the little one on this. But and then I just colored in the ornaments all different colors. So again, I'm not going to take the time to color the whole thing in. I didn't do anything fancy on this one. It's just all straight coloring. I did stripe the trunk down here. So I used this again is the light old olive, and I did stripe that with the light mossy meadow just to give it a little bit of a different look. And then for the ornaments, I used real red. So I'm going to color this one real red. We have to color in the ornaments, don't we? You know, I'm probably going to color in this whole darn tree because it's going to drive me crazy. And stars have to be yellow, the yellow stars. For me anyway, I like yellow stars at Christmas. And then I incorporated in some blue. I'm not sure why I chose blue, but I did. And so this is the light balmy blue. And I'm just going to color those in. And I'm going to attempt to use the wider side of this marker and see if I can make it work. I think I can. Even though it's kind of well used, I think I can. Because it goes faster when you have that big of a space. As long as you guys don't mind watching me quickly color, because I'm not doing it very, it's a little messy, but okay, it'll work. All right, and then literally fussy cut this out, and it goes really quick and easy and fast. So I'm just going to cut. And again, when you're fussy cutting, you do not want to cut right on the black line. You want to cut a little bit on the outside of it. Otherwise, you lose the image, or you lose the outline image of your whatever it is you're cutting out, and it just doesn't look quite as nice. So I'm just gonna fussy cut this out. Again, goes pretty easy, pretty fast, and voila. Okay. So from there, we can continue layering the card. So I used one of our layering circles, and I put that on with some dimensionals. So thank you, Beth. So I'm just going to layer that on with a couple of dimensionals right onto the center here. And then you can see that awesome snowflake right in the middle. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive there. Love these snowflakes. Look how that just pops. Even if I didn't put the tree on top of it, look how that snowflake just pops on that card. That is why you've got to have them. That with a cute little rhinestone or embellishment in the middle, and you have a perfect card as well. Okay, and so I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to the tree and put that on here in the middle. And then I have my little piece that's going to have a Merry Hello. We're going to put that on with some dimensionals as well. And I'm putting these dimensionals, you can see, not in the middle. I'm kind of putting them a little bit jagged on the ends, because if I put them in the middle, they're going to stick to the ribbon, and I want them to stick to the card, not just to the ribbon. Otherwise, the whole piece is just loose when you touch it. So I'm making sure that it sticks around the ribbon, and that way when I touch this, it's not just stuck to the ribbon. And then I have my little A Merry Hello that I used a 3/4 of an inch piece of Whisper white cardstock to stamp on. And I'm just cutting off the edges, and then we're going to adhere this down to that piece. And voila, we have a card. There you have it. I think that's our 3rd card. So I think I have time for one more. I have to figure out which one I want to do. I think I'm going to do another Santa. The last card I might just show you is another Christmas tree. But yeah, isn't those snowflakes just gorgeous? All right, so we're going to show you another Santa card because, you know, I love the Santas. I love them, love them, love them. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to be making. Again, you can see those awesome embellishments on there that I used, which are just, those snowflakes are just the bomb. I love those. So for this one, I used Mossy Meadow for my card base, and it is the standard size 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to fold it in half. And then for this one, I have 2 pieces of designer series paper, both that are cut 4 by 3. And we're just going to kind of off-center those and layer them on after we add our other layers. We have a basic white that's 5 1/4 by 4, and a real red that is 5 by 3 3/4. Now, layering cards like this alone, I mean, that just right there is just pretty, just by layering all that together. So I'm going to layer this on here using my seal. Thank you, Luann. I like the Santa cards the best, I have to say. I do. They are just really, really pretty. But the other ones are nice too. So again, it's just to kind of give you an idea of how you can use the stamp set. And then we're going to take one of these snowflakes, and I'm going to cut it in half again. And I'm just going to adhere it down. So again, it doesn't matter how you cut it in half. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive up here and a little bit down here. And all I'm going to do is stick my my snowflake up there, half of it down up there, the other half of it down here, like that. Because again, no one's going to see the rest of it, right? So now we're going to adhere these two at an angle. Again, they're the same piece of designer series paper. I'm using one side's the polka dot, one's the plaid. So I'm using them together. And we're going to add a little bit of ribbon around the middle of this. So we're going to cut some ribbon, the same size of that. And right in the middle is kind of where they're together. So that's where I'm going to be putting my ribbon. So I'm just going to wrap the ribbon right around here, like so. And then this piece is going to get adhered down to my card. Now here's where you have decisions to make. Which one is going to be your one that you keep straight? So you can see that I kept the polka dot one straight and the plaid ones at an angle. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. And I'm gonna try to keep my actually I'm gonna do it the opposite. For this one, I'm gonna do the plaid the same and leave that one. So you can kind of see the difference look that you get by changing them up a little bit. Oh, maybe I did do it the same. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then we're gonna add the Santa with dimensionals. Again, using the exact same coloring. So I'm not gonna actually color him because you guys can kind of look back on my replay if you need to know the colors of blends and things that I used on this. I'm just going to put my Santa on here. Can you see the big difference a little bit of coloring makes though? I love it. And then we have the Be Jolly. And again, it's just a 1/2 inch of a piece of paper, of a scrap of white. And I'm just gonna cut my little banner in the end here. And that is gonna go down here in the bottom with a couple of dimensionals. Isn't it cute? So, so cute. Okay. So that is going to go down here. All right, so let me just show you my last card because we're running out of time. It's almost 8 o'clock. Boy, that was a fast hour with all of you. So my last card for the night was going to be this one right here. And again, it used the Christmas tree. So I am going to bring in all of my cards tonight for you to kind of take a peek at them. And also going to bring in that project that I made at the very beginning. So if you missed at the very beginning, I did a really cute 3D project for hot chocolate. It's a hot chocolate holder. And this is the hot chocolate holder. Isn't that adorable? So cute. So it's just a piece of cardstock, like a card base. You make a little accordion fold for the inside and a little pocket. And then I bought these hot chocolates on Amazon. Little peppermint sticks, also got those on Amazon. But how cute would those be to give out to all of your friends, or your, like if I give one to my UPS driver and my UPS mail, because I'm telling you what, I keep them busy all year long. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's presentation. Now, I also wanted to let you know about my ordering promotion because I am really getting close to my 500,000 career to date sales. So how that works is anybody who puts in an order, until I reach it, whoever gives me the order that puts me over that amount gets a $100 shopping spree. So I am like very close, like on the verge close. So I just want to make sure you guys know about that. And again, I hope that you consider purchasing the Be Jolly stamp set. It's only $21. And again, it's kind of hard to judge a stamp set by its cover, so to speak, until you actually see projects made with it. So I hope I've inspired you a little bit to give the Be Jolly stamp set a try and have fun with it. So again, this will be posting. I will get it out there tonight for all of you with all of the measurements so that you're able to duplicate this and make some of these for yourself. Again, if you don't have all of the supplies, you can change it up and decorate it any way that you would like. All right. Thank you all so very much for joining me tonight and taking up your Wednesday evening instead of your Thursday evening so that I'm able to enjoy the Nutcracker performance tomorrow. I am so excited about it. This entire week, my girls have been at practice rehearsal from 5:15 to 9:15. So I have not seen them all week other than, hi, Mom, bye, Mom. But I can't wait to see their performance. I'll make sure I keep you guys updated, post pictures so you can see them. And I want to thank, I know I've got some of my gals coming to support them and see them. So I love it. So anyway, case away, Kathy. I love it. That's kind of why I do my Facebook Lives for all of you every week. All right. I will see you back next week with some more awesome Christmas projects. Next week, we will be back to our regular Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I'll see y'all back here next week. Bye.